Joy, peace and blessings. Welcome back. Today we're talking about my experience working with Samael. Now, Samael possesses a lot of angelic and demonic energy. A lot of people consider him as a hybrid. Okay, but beyond that, he also possesses a lot of king energy, a lot of royal energy, a lot of undeniable royal, undeniable king energy, right? It reminds you a lot of the Samael in the Bible. You know, the man version of Samael has a lot of characteristics and similarities with the spirit of Samael. You know, Samael in the Bible anointed David as king, anointed Saul as king. Samael can anoint you as a king, and he can also introduce you to other kings, right? Other queens, other royalty. A lot of people know that people can have guardian angels. You know, most people have guardian angels, but Samael can show you that a lot of people have kings as well, which is like a very powerful spiritual guide. You know, a spiritual guide strong enough to be considered a king, right? A spiritual guide that has royal blood, a spirit guide that is respected in all the realms, not just the heavenly and celestial realms, but also the demonic realms and the infernal realms, also the void, other simulations. You know, he can live, and he lives a lot of times outside of this simulation. You know, he's been here for a long time, so I understand he typically is outside of this simulation. But I would suggest you work with Samael if you're trying to identify more with your king nature, with your queen nature. If you want to identify just more with royalty, if you want to see that, how that really is, and not just on a physical standpoint. You know, there's still kings of countries and things like that, but in a spiritual way, if you want to experience that with 100% clarity and know it is true in your heart, you know, you are a true king, no one can take it away from you, I would suggest working with Samael. Also, if you have not yet come in contact with your guardian angel, you know, I would recommend working with Samael. Maybe he can introduce you to other powerful spirits. Samael knows a lot of powerful spirits, a lot of kings, a lot of queens, a lot of royalty. Most realms Samael is in, he's a king. You know, that's why Samael, in my opinion, left this simulation. You know, because he has a whole kingdom he can live in. You know, he doesn't spend his time on earth too much from a human perspective. But again, you know, he possesses a lot of angelic energy. He's probably top 3 strongest angels I've ever met. He's also probably, you know, one of the strongest demons I've met in that form. You know, so if you are invoking Samael, if you are calling upon Samael, you know, you should be warned. You don't know what form he's going to come in. You know, just whatever he's doing in his life, he's going to come to you. You know, if he's angelic at this point, he might come to you as an angelic form. If he's demonic at this point, he might come to you in a demonic form. Right, but in every form he is considered royalty, right? These higher spirits don't abide by the laws that humans do, and their moral compass is different than ours, and their relationship with God is different than ours. You know, Samael knows God. God allows him to do what he does. But the first time Samael came to me, he was in his demonic nature. He was in his chaotic nature, right? I was living in a place and I had roommates. You know, I was doing pretty great mentally. You know, I was in a very good mental state, but my roommates weren't. My roommates were very chaotic at this point. Samael came to me, and you know, we introduced ourselves, but he immediately kind of got annoyed at the other chaotic energies that I was around. You know, he saw me as a good person. He's like, why are you around so much chaos? You know, I understand you're in a good state, and they're doing all they can to damage your good state. You know, a lot of times we can be good internally, but our external world is bad, or we can be, you know, in a good financial situation, a good external situation, but our insides are bad. You know, these are just states we can sometimes go in as humans. You know, maybe you met some new friends, maybe you got a promotion, maybe you lost your job, maybe someone close to you passed. You know, things can affect our internal state as well as our external state that are out of our control. Samael came to me, and like I said in my previous video, he was about 99% chaotic, and I saw like that 1% of good in him. Because again, like I said, he is an angel and a demon, right? But again, you know, we are pieces of God. We're not the whole God. You know, we can get angry, we can get annoyed, we can get irritated. You know, everyone does, you know. And it's something we should strive to overcome. But Samael manifested in my life. He was irritated, not at me, but just at the people I was living with. And he was going to curse them. He was going to destroy them. So my first interactions with Sammy was really just calming him down, telling him like, I'm okay, I'm strong. It's not going to affect me too negatively. I can handle it. You get what I mean? I don't want you to curse them. I don't want you to destroy them. I understand, how powerful you are. I've seen other demons. I understand you're stronger than most of all the demons I've ever seen. I understand that, but this isn't the right way to go about it. I know these people will change. They're just going through their negative state as well. So I worked with Sammy for like a week or so initially, and it was just trying to get him to calm down. I'm like, bro, you don't even gotta be here right now. Like, I live here physically. You're a spirit. You can go wherever you want. But for some reason he was sent to me, right? I wasn't calling upon him or anything like that. I was just chilling, honestly. But again, I've explored many realms. I could tell at that time, Samael just left Babylon. Samael went from Babylon to my realm, and he still had that Babylon nature with him at the time in his demonic form. I personally just don't vibe and relate with spirits from Babylon like that. I don't like Babylon personally. Kind of just, it's just annoying to me. Like I said, it's irritating to me. So Samuel had a lot of that irritating energy. But I've been working with spirits from Babylon, stuff like that, so I knew how to handle it. I knew how to calm him down. I'm like, bro, you're not in Babylon no more. You get what I mean? You're with me. Like, I know God's with me too. Like, you're okay. Like, we're chilling. Like, everything's under control. But again, like, Samuel's a king. He likes to take things into his own hands. But I was just telling him, not this time. I appreciate that. A lot of spirits don't come to me and do that, so I appreciated that a lot. I love Sammy immediately, even in his demonic form, because I'm like, I understand you still have that 1% good in you. Samuel joined me in my journey from that point on, and he showed me, other people have kings. He even took me into my past. Like, Samuel has a lot of power over time and over, like, time travel. He can show you your past. He can show you your future. So he took me to my past, and he was like, hey, I was there. You didn't know I was there then. I was there, right there. You didn't know. You get what I mean? Because he wasn't necessarily talking to me. He was talking to other spirits that was around me, other people's angels that was around me, other people's kings who was around me, and I didn't even know. I knew something was different about these individuals. It was my first time actually seeing a spiritual king. You get what I mean? Like, Samael is the only person I would call a king besides Jesus. Just because that energy is true in him. But, that royal nature, that crown chakra energy is right next to your third eye. You get what I mean? A lot of it can mesh and combine. So a lot of people with kings see things differently than people without kings. You get what I mean? Like, I don't even consider myself now to have a king. Like I said, the only person I consider king is Jesus, and I consider Sammy a king. But, I like to do a lot of things on my own. I don't rely on them. I can have access to a lot of things I don't necessarily use just because, again, I'm chilling. I like to focus on reality. Samuel can show you, why people are living this way, and just, he can bless you in certain ways. He can anoint you in certain ways. He has a lot of gold and light in his angelic form, So Sammy showed me he could switch from that demonic form to that angelic form. And usually, at this point, just working with me, I'm like, bro, you gotta always be in that king form, that angelic form. And like, there's really no reason to be in that demonic form, especially when you're around me. I was this close to destroying him, honestly. But I matured spiritually at this point. I knew then I was able to convert him and things of that nature. Bring that good out of him that was already in him. But Samael is the king of magic. There's a lot of magicians and wizards, in the real world. Samael is a king wizard, right? He has complete control over magic, over spells, over rituals. You get what I mean? So if you're into magic and things of that nature, I would also recommend working with the king of magic, of course. Samael. There are worlds filled with complete magicians. There are worlds where every single person in that world is a magician. Every single person in that world does magic. Samuel lives in that world, After he was with me for about a week or two, he just went to that world pretty much. He got married and shit. He's just a regular spirit, regular soul. He's just living an existence like all of us. But he's a very strong soul, very strong spirit who lives outside the simulation that we can call upon to help us and to guide us and to help us ascend, to make us stronger, make us smarter, make us see things in a different way, make us feel differently about ourselves, And he can affirm to you what you already are. If you are a king, you will have to go through that kind of initiation. Like, this is 100%, this is not going away. This king energy is not going away. It's not just a sometimes thing. It's not just because, and it's not just to these people. It's not just to those people. No, it's to God. God considers Sammy a king. Like he says in the book, God is King of Kings, God of gods. You get what I mean? I'll cover that more in another video. But Samael is one of those kings, is one of those gods that is very powerful, powerful, more powerful than the average spirit, more loving than the average spirit, more mature than the average spirit. He's been through a lot of things. He lives in a lot of different realms, a lot of different simulations, a lot of different versions of Earth that a lot of people don't know exist. He showed me things that I didn't even know existed. A lot of realms where things are completely different than they are here. Light is different, darkness is different, bodies are different. This one realm we are in is very mundane, very stagnant, very solid. It's going to be the same. And it has been the same for a long time. But there's other realms where things change drastically, quickly. You get what I mean? Souls are different. You get what I mean? Just different, almost like a spiritual culture, right? Because he's a spiritual king. He can show you like new spiritual lands, new spiritual ideas, new spiritual beliefs that a group of people follow, not just him. So like I said, if you're working on your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, just your royal bloodline, that royal nature, you get what I mean? We are the sons and daughters of God. We are royal by birth. But a lot of that energy sometimes is not activated. You get what I mean? I spent years, that energy was like halfway activated or not activated at all. You get what I mean? Now that energy is 100% activated. I don't have to convince anyone I'm a king. You get what I mean? I can be completely silent. You don't have to prove yourself. You are who you are, right? I am who I am. That type of energy, that real king energy, that real royal energy. Sammy has also mastered the art of transformation, destruction, and creation. If you're trying to create, transform, or destroy something, Samuel's an excellent spirit to work with, if you guys align with each other, right? A lot of magicians don't believe in like heaven and afterlives. They have different ideas of that and stuff like that. But the world where most magicians are going to go when they die, Samael created that world. A lot of worlds Sammy lives in, he created himself. So every kind of attribute you would give to a magician, a wizard, a witch, you can assign to Sammy. Sammy has mastered that. A lot of that stuff Sammy has even created. Sammy can make kings, he can also destroy kings. It's a very strong energy to work with. Make sure you're respectful. You know what I mean? You're talking to a king, right? You're talking to a king who knows thousands or millions of other kings. Make sure you're respectful, He'll give you a respect for life that you probably didn't have before just because you know more now. Samael can transform himself into a very timid spirit, but also a very bold spirit. Samael really doesn't have to say much. He's been respected in the spiritual realm for a long time. He's been respected on earth for a long time. God has known him since before he was born, you get what I mean? Like everyone else, but he's even spoke to him, They have a very close relationship. Samael can also help you in your relationship. Even in the Bible, Samael had 2 wives, something very taboo during the time. Samuel's a very loving spirit, very fun spirit. He's very good with women, he's very good with men too, because most men strive to be kings. A good father will teach you to be a king, to be royal, to be strong, to be a leader. That's all really what a king is, a leader. A powerful force. And like I said, as soon as like that first arc I really went through with Sammy, Samuel just went to the magic world, got married, invited me to the wedding and stuff like that, but it's personal. But Samuel's a very loving spirit. He has a lot of human emotions. He understands humans very well. Again, he was a human before. A lot of these spirits were never humans before. they just interacted on this realm. Samael knows exactly what it is to be a human. He understands our flaws and our good nature. But like I said, Samael can be timid. He can also be very aggressive when things are wrong. You know, when he sees wrong in the world, he will help. You get what I mean? All the energy you will assign to a good king, you can assign to Sammy. You know, it's not just power, leadership. You know, even the more simple tasks, you know, like ceremonies and things of that nature. Sammy's very good with like ceremonies, you know. If you're going through that in real life, maybe he could help you with your ceremonies. Samael has a very powerful aura. Samael is very beautiful, you know, and I don't want that to be understated, you know. A lot of people call Lucifer the most beautiful angel and things like that. I would consider Samael the second. You know, Samael's very amazing, very beautiful. He has a gold aura like a king. So if you're trying to have a better aura, invite more positivity into your life, into your aura, into your surroundings, into your environment, you know, Samael can help you with that. He can show you what his aura is like. You can try to mimic that. You can try to work and get your energy as high as his, you get what I mean? He can also help you see other people's aura. You know, this is like a gold from God. You know, God has this same kind of infatuation with gold and light. You know, Samael has that too. You know, Samael takes after God a lot. You know, the same God in the Bible who will destroy, who also heals, Samael has that nature too. The same God who some people never heard of, is very shy, doesn't have to say anything, but still there. And that same God is aggressive, it will step in and help you. You know, he has that same energy. That's a king-like energy. He'll also show you other people's aura. Like I said, other people have kings. A lot of times their king will be hovering around them like an angel, and they'll have the same aura, you get what I mean? Because they're protected, you get what I mean? Samael will definitely help you if you need more protection, and that shouldn't be understated as well. Like I said, when Samael manifested to me, he was really trying to protect me. And I understand spiritually that was completely okay. But again, I'm a human, you know, sometimes we can go overboard. You know, I'm not trying to destroy everyone. I'm not trying to destroy the whole world and stuff like that. I'm trying to help. But Samael has that energy if you are in those times. Samael's also mastered the earth, air, fire, and water elements. You get what I mean? A lot of spirits tend to, you know, focus on one or the other, maybe two. You know, they might have one primary element. But Samael uses all elements pretty equally. Like I said, he's a king of magic. He's a king wizard. So if you're trying to improve your elemental natures, you know, be more solid like the earth, you know, be more fluid like water, be more warm like fire, be more powerful, you get what I mean? Be more lighthearted like air, you know, Samael can help you do those things and more. You know, just as a wizard myself, as a king wizard myself, as a king magician myself, you know, he's one of the few magicians I respect. I respect some musicians. I respect all musicians, you get what I mean? We're all the same. But I hold Samael with very high regard. I know Samael's not faking it. You know, a lot of magicians will fake it. Samael's not faking anything. He can create, transform, and destroy as he pleases. You get what I mean? God has given him that incentive. You know, but don't get things twisted. A lot of people will try to kill the king. A lot of people will be jealous, envious. But, you know, again, we are divinely protected. And I know it's better for you in the long run to be around real friends, real family, instead of fake friends. You know what I mean? Snakes and things like that. I'm gonna stop using snakes because there's positive snakes, but, you know, everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that. You know, people who will try to bite you, people who try to, you know, attack you while you're asleep, people who really want to see you down, but you're up right now, you know, that type of energy. But if you want that real love, that real respect, you know, Samael will bring that to you. He'll show you what it's like to live that way, you know, not fake it. But peace and blessings. Till next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.